Nations make last minute weapons purchases as the United States dollar is set to collapse. Stay tuned. The Bipartisan Policy Center said on Friday that the United States federal government is likely to run out of borrowing room and breach the debt limit after December 21st. Questions are also being raised as to whether the federal government will even be able to make payments that are due at the end of this month. If this occurs, you can guarantee that global confidence in the United States dollar will be shattered, which will most likely lead to a massive international sell-off of United States Treasury bonds and stocks. It should then come as no surprise that insiders have rapidly been dumping their stocks in a last-ditch effort to bail out before the train falls off the cliff. But what would this mean in the greater geopolitics of the rest of the world? At a price tag of roughly $35,000 per flight hour, it would mean that the United States can no longer afford to operate its fighter jets, let alone afford to donate its extremely expensive missiles to foreign conflicts that are extremely far away from the homeland. This will obviously create a power vacuum in the entire world, which will frighten America's allies and embolden her enemies. The rest of the world knows this and has been making military preparations accordingly. China has been focusing its efforts on becoming a naval superpower in order to rival the United States in the open seas. They have developed swarm drones that can attack naval vessels in order to accomplish this goal. The swarm drone technology is obviously a major threat on the world stage. Many nations are now scrambling to come up with an adequate defense in response to this threat. The main vulnerability and target for drone swarms is their GPS uplink, which is proving to be the main vulnerability that nations are preparing to exploit. Most notably Russia, with their recent and successful test of their anti-satellite missiles. Russia is proving to stay one step ahead of NATO, while countries like Ukraine commit to purchasing 24 more Bayraktar TB2 drones from Turkey. While these drones certainly are very capable multi-role weapons, if Russia takes out their GPS, it will indeed render the navigational system and their smart munitions as useless. It also means that systems with alternative methods of navigation will play a decisive role in the outcome of any future conflict. And it seems like Serbia is aware of this fact. They have not only agreed to purchase more Panzer anti-aircraft systems, but they also have purchased more Kornet anti-tank missiles from Russia. Serbia also produces the Mayuka, which is a man-portable anti-tank or multi-role missile with a navigational system that is controlled by the user via a joystick. The proliferation or smuggling of systems like these poses a very serious threat to NATO countries. While Western media seems to stay focused on Russia's buildup along the Ukrainian border, they fail to see the bigger picture and the threat which has already penetrated their heartland. But whatever happens, as always, don't forget, help out your neighbors.